All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Be Elite Podcast Season 3. My name is Mr. Smith. I am the podcast advisor here at Elite Academic Academy, and I'm so excited for this. I am so excited that we're going to do another season. So this is already year 3 for us in doing podcast. So a little bit about me first. My name is Mr. Smith. I'm also the CTE marketing teacher here at Elite. I also teach different courses in gaming, in art, and of course, social media marketing, yearbook, and fun stuff like that. I'm also one of the esports advisors. So you'll be seeing esports pop up in the very near future. So that's a little bit about me, but let's find out who we have here today. And I'm going to start with our longest running podcast member. Go ahead, Cindy Lou.
Well, hi, my name is Cindy Lou, and I've been here for a while now. It's our 3rd season, and I'm in 11th grade now. Oh, time passes by fast. And I just have to introduce myself, right?
Yeah.
Well, my name is Cindy. You can call me Cindy Lou or Cindy, and I am in 11th grade. I'm 16, and I've been with the podcast for a really long time.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. I'm going to go down the road as I see it. Matthias, you're up.
Hello, everybody. My name is Matthias Turner. I was really excited to try the podcast because, honestly, it's been one of my life dreams to be, on live TV or YouTube, Twitch, basically like that. Is that all I have to do, or can I do a little bit more?
You could do a little bit more if you'd like.
Well, I'm just going to do like a little quick about me. So basically, my favorite thing is gaming. I didn't go to the esports because I didn't want to get too competitive. Trust me, my competitive side is not the best.
No, that's awesome. No, I appreciate you sharing one of your interests there in gaming. Thank you. Thank you so much. Katarina, you are up next.
Hi, I'm Katarina Abner, and I'm 11, and I'm in 6th grade, and this is my first year at the podcast, and I'm really excited.
Well, we're excited to have you. Thank you. All right, we're going to go to another person who's been with the podcast, Kelly.
Hi, my name is Kelly. I'm in 9th grade, and I've kind of been in the podcast. I tried it out last year. I decided that I really liked it, so I stayed with it. So I guess that's it. My name is Kelly, so bye.
Welcome back. Glad to have you. All right, another longtime podcaster, Tiana.
Hello, my name is Tiana. I like drawing, watching anime, and playing video games.
Thank you.
Majority of my video games would be Genshin Impact and Roblox, which I love doing.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, Eliza, you are next.
My name is Elisa Jacqueline. I am 11 and I'm in 6th grade, and this is my first year at the podcast.
Thank you. So Elisa, got it. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, next up, Tilly.
Hi, my name is Natalia. I use Tilly as a nickname. I want to try podcasting out because I don't know, it just sounded unique to me and fun, and I'm in 10th grade and I enjoy video games.
Awesome. Thank you, Tilly. And I like the poster in the background, the Spider-Man. That's super cool.
Thank you. I love Spider-Verse.
Oh, heck yeah. It's one of the best comic movies ever made, not just animated, out all the movies. Thank you, Tilly. We're excited to have you. All right, next up, we have another longtime returning podcast member, Angelina. Go right ahead.
Hi, my name is Angelina, and I'm in 11th grade, and I've been in the podcast for around a year. It's going to be my 2nd year, and I enjoy playing video games as well and just reading and hearing music.
Thank you so much. We're glad to have you back. Destiny, you're up. If you can hear me. All right, Destiny might be having some technical difficulties. So we're going to skip over Destiny and go to Daphne, another longtime podcast member. Go ahead, Daphne. Daphne, where are you? Yes, you can. You can skip. That's okay. All right. So let me go ahead and introduce what this podcast is, because this is our very first episode of the season. So the Be Elite podcast was created for one reason. It was to give the students some podcast to do. It's completely student driven. So I'm here. I help guide the students. I help coach them, show them podcasting techniques. But this is all the students. So if you head over to YouTube to Elite Academic Academy, you'll see our past 2 seasons on there for the podcast. And our students have had amazing conversations. They've conducted interviews, and they have just been fantastic. You'll see a lot of the artwork on there was created by students. You'll listen and hear the music, and most of that music was created by students as well. So it's an exciting thing to do. When I first came to Elite, this was one of the things I brought up right away. I love podcasting. I've launched probably about 10 podcasts. I've been on some really big podcasts before, and I've been on some really small ones, and I just love it. I love being able to voice my opinion. I love being able to interact with other people, and especially here at Elite, I love being able to talk to students. I get to talk to students every Friday when I do my live sessions, but this is different. We get to talk about different topics. We get to interview people, get to have a good time. So it's a lot of fun. All right, so that's what the podcast is. Now, let's talk about, for you students that are here, why did you join the podcast? What do you hope to do or hope to get out of being on the podcast? And anybody can jump in.
Well, I wanted to join the podcast because, again, I really wanted to be on, live TV in some sort of form. And I had a project I've been working on, and I was hoping that I can share it today. I'm really excited to share it.
What kind of project is it?
Oh, well, from time to time I have some sort of spark, something that inspires me to try something new. So I'm trying out being an author, and I have 16 chapters of a new book I'm working on.
Oh, that's fantastic. Wow.
I was hoping
chapters.
I could share a few chapters. Oh, it's going to be 23 chapters long. I was hoping I could share a few chapters today. It's let's say part 2, all about me.
Well, you can give us a little synopsis of it. Absolutely.
Which snippet of a chapter do you want?
Well, give me and I'll give you a technical term. Give me what the log line of it would be. So if you're working in the entertainment industry, and you say you wrote a movie, they're going to ask you what the log line is. Log line is between 1 to 3 sentences that tells you what the story is in a nutshell.
Okay. Well, the name is called The Rules of Being a Teenager.
Okay.
And basically, it's just all about this kid, Kristen, who turned 13. It's him experiencing life as a teenager in a wacky, fun kind of way.
That's actually a really good log line right there.
So far, and currently he's living in Arizona, Phoenix.
Okay. No, that's great. And that's absolutely the kind of thing you'd want to share because you don't want to share too much, but you want to share enough to hook an audience. So perfect. Thank you so much. And like you said, you would like to be on the podcast because you've always wanted to kind of be on live TV, to be on a podcast. So we're excited to have you here. This will be on YouTube. So you'll absolutely see yourself on there. So that'll be awesome. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who's next? What do you hope to get out of the podcast? Oh, Tilly, go ahead.
The reason why I want to join the podcast is because I want to improve my speaking skills, and I want to express certain opinions. If I had my own podcast on iHeartRadio or something like that, I would like to express opinions about things that I enjoy or problems that are out there.
That's a really good reason. And I'm hoping that by being a part of the podcast, we're going to be able to equip you with different tools. So that way, when it comes time, if you do want to do your own podcast, you have everything you need to do it. We will be going through curriculum from NPR, which has massive amounts of podcasts on there. And so you're going to be learning podcast techniques. And you'll also be learning how to publish the podcast. It's incredibly easy to take your podcast and put it on iHeart Radio, to put it on Spotify, and all sorts of things like that. And I really like the idea, like you said, to improve the public speaking part of it. So when I was in high school, we didn't have podcasts. So I forced myself to join drama club. And that's the way I made myself get better at public speaking, because I was a very shy, quiet, introverted kid. Like, I had my headphones on every single day, and I wouldn't talk to you unless you came up and talked to me. And then I was like, I got to try it. I got to. And it scared the death out of me. I was like, oh no, like, it was bad, but it helped. So I'm so glad you're here, because you get to do this virtually. You get to meet people, meet new students, and share your opinions. So fantastic. Thank you, Tilly. All right. Who's next? What do you hope to get out of the podcast? Why did you join the podcast? Oh, I see. Elisa. Oh, you're muted. We can't hear you.
Sorry. I was at my previous school. I was on the news crew, and I just like speaking in front of audiences. So I really wanted to join this podcast so I could have that experience again.
That's really cool that you've had that kind of experience, though, that you were part of the news crew. So we're excited to have you on here. Yeah, we were hoping to do a lot of cool things, a lot of cool episodes, and you'll see we alternate between recordings and meetings, and we're going to brainstorm like crazy about really cool ideas to have for podcasts that'll be interesting. So thank you, Elisa. I see a hand up. Okay, so first I think let's go Tiana, then Katarina.
Why I joined the podcast. First, I wanted to meet new friends, and second, I have hard trouble speaking to people, so it improved me a bit more. So yeah.
That's great. No, and Tiana, you have done fantastic. You've been a part of the podcast for some time now, and it's always a joy to have you on here. And I like that, like you said, like, it's to help you improve, and it puts you in a very low pressure situation because you're here with your peers. You get to speak to other students. So it's a great way to boost those skills up. So thank you. And then Katarina.
So why I joined the podcast is because I've heard a lot of podcasts like on iHeartRadio and stuff, and I was really interested. And then when I went to the Club Rush meeting and I saw there's a podcast club, I was so excited and I really wanted to join.
That's awesome. That's very cool. And my hope is I'm going to see if we can get our podcast posted onto iHeartRadio and all those. We did it our first year. We did video and audio. And then we kind of went strictly to video for a while. I'm going to see if we can do audio again, because I'd love for you to be able to listen to the podcast on the go too. I love to do that when I'm driving. I'll pop on a podcast and just go. And then a few episodes will just cycle through. It's so much fun. So thank you so much for sharing that. All right. Anybody else want to go? You don't have to. I'm not going to call you out. Oh, Callie.
Oh, hi. Again. Oh, the reason I joined the podcast was to support my sister, but then also I need to go out there and talk more, but it's hard sometimes. So this will help me in learning, and also clubs are good to practice with being around people and stuff like that. I guess.
Absolutely, Kelly. I completely agree. And you've been on a few episodes and you did great, but you're right. This is a great opportunity to be able to improve that. And I really like that you said clubs as well, because here at Elite, we have so many clubs. Like we have Rad Readers, and we have Quest Crew. And if you're part of a club, drop it in the chat right now. And I'll mention it. But I know there's so many cool clubs out there. I know, and if you put the podcast, I know you're in this club, so that doesn't count. But if you're in a different club, let me know. But it's a very, very cool thing here at Elite that we're able to have so many clubs for so many different subjects, and for you to be able to do that. So thank you, Kelly. I really do appreciate that. All right. Anybody else want to go? Oh, I see some people are planning on starting their own clubs. Very cool. We look forward to what you do with that. If you need any help or assistance with it, please email me. I'll be happy to help you. And then I see Cindy Lee raising her hand.
Well, When I started joining the podcast, that was a lot. But I remember when I first heard you talk about it, the informational meeting that they posted on YouTube, because I missed it. I missed it completely. I didn't even know there was an informational meeting for the podcast. But then I watched the video and I knew immediately that was something I wanted to do. That I always wanted, since I was younger, I always wanted to be like when I'm in high school, I always wanted to be a part of like the news crew at the school. And since our school doesn't really have like a news, we have like the podcast, and so it's very similar. And I also really enjoy podcasts. It made me enjoy podcasts. I never really listened to podcasts until we started doing the podcast, and it's really fun. And I just keep on doing it, finding new reasons why I love it each year.
Thank you, Cindy Lou. So I always like to share, because Cindy Lou was actually the very first student to ever reach out to me about the podcast. We had an informational session, and I was a brand new teacher. And I'm like, hey, I'm not just going to teach. We're also going to do a club. And I talked about the podcast. And then I get this very well-structured, polite email from Cindy Lou asking if it's okay for her to join. And if it's not, that's okay too. But she would like to join. And Cindy Lou has grown leaps and bounds, because everybody starts off nervous. When I did my very first podcast, like ever, not just with the school, ever, I was so nervous. I was petrified. Cindy Lou has grown so much, and she's done so much. It's so awesome to have somebody that's been here since literally day one. She was doing podcasts when it was her and another student, and that was it. So I'm so excited to have Cindy Lou this year, because, I mean, time is flying. You're already in the 11th grade. I can't wait to see, what you accomplished this year. And then, of course, I can't wait to see what you accomplish in your senior year. So it's going to be a fun journey. Thank you, Cindy Lou.
Oh, I wanted to add about the email. The reason why I kept on saying I wasn't sure how the club was going to be structured. I thought you would have to have only a certain amount of things.
Amount.
Well, I think what people think about the podcast is that it's going to be like extremely strict, and it's not like extremely strict. While we do have some rules, it is still very fun to be a part of, and you could always leave when you want to. You're not like bound to it. And Mr. Smith is a really nice teacher. I thought you were going to be really strict. I was so worried about the email.
No, yeah, I'm mean. And I love that you said that, like, you're not stuck with this. Like, say, like, there's a week where you just can't make it. That's okay. Shoot me a message. Hey, I can't make this week's meeting. That's fine. I can't make this week's recording. That's fine. Just let me know. And you're more than welcome to jump back in the next time. Don't feel like if you ever miss one, you're going to fall behind, because this is a club, not a class. So we're able to have that flexibility. All right. Anybody else want to share why they joined the podcast? All right. I got one more question I want to ask everybody. And it's more broad. It's not just about the podcast. What do you hope to accomplish this year here at Elite? Yep, Matthias.
I'm a pretty talkative person, per se. So, what I'm thinking, that was one of the reasons I keep scaring people off. I never really had as much friends back then. Yeah, I was a pretty loner type of kid. So I was hoping here at Elite, I could make more friends, be a bit more popular. I mean, that's another thing on my bucket list. I've always wanted to see what it feels like to be popular, because, I mean, just walking around during school, seeing everybody have friends, and I'm just sitting alone at lunch, was pretty sad. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
No, and I would like to take what you said about, like you said, you're sometimes you could be too talkative. I wouldn't look at it as that. I would look at it as you have very strong interpersonal skills, because those skills will take you very far in this world. Your ability to talk to anybody and hold a conversation and be confident, that's super important. So no, those are really great goals. Thank you. And if you're just joining us, we're going through and we're talking about what we would like to get, what we want to accomplish this year here at Elite. So feel free to jump in, anybody. What do you hope to accomplish?
Oh, I just wanted to say, what grade level are you in? Oh,
Me?
yeah.
Me? I'm like
No,
way past
no.
grade level. Sorry.
No, forget about I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce your name. I'm not sure how to.
Which one?
The one he just talked about, friend.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I don't.
Matthias.
Matthias, I don't want to say his name name wrong.
Oh yeah.
What grade level are you in?
Oh, I'm in 6th grade.
Well, they have lunch bunches where you can go and meet people if you want to meet more friends. I was just saying, they have it every Tuesday at 2:30, and I can help connect you with some students who might be in the same interest. You can just email me like what you're into, and I can email you back like the clubs that we have that are into those things, and you can meet kids around your age that are into that.
Cindy Lou, just by talking to you, I can already see that you're really willing and very, very helpful and promotive type of person. It's really nice that you want to reach out and help everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope to email you very soon.
Awesome.
Okay,
Thank you, Cindy Lou. Thank you for throwing that out there. We really do appreciate it.
You're the best.
All right. And if you just joined us, you can also take this time to introduce yourself and let me know why you joined the podcast. But whoever would like to, I see Xavier. Xavier, go right ahead.
I've been here last year. And
yeah, Xavier, how's it going?
Pretty good. I still haven't, wait, let me introduce myself. Yeah, I'm Xavier. I'm now in 8th grade. Yeah, it's me. I'm 13 years old. And the reason I joined the podcast was because I want to start a YouTube channel, and I want to know how to like introduce myself, how to talk in it, how to like edit, you know, like the basic stuff.
No, I'm so glad you're back, Xavier. Thank you. No, you were fantastic on the podcast last year, and you too also have the gift of strong interpersonal skills. And I think I had said that to you last year too. It is a gift, trust me, because for a lot of us like me, we have to learn it. So to see you at such a young age, you and Matthias, to have that at such a young age, it's really cool to see. So welcome back. We appreciate you being here. All right. Anybody want to talk about their goals for Elite this year?
Oh, I could go next.
Yeah.
So I have some things I'm working on. I have a new club I started and another one. Oh, well, the two, I hope to see those two grow. Two of them.
What are they?
Oh, so I have, my study buddies, as always, from last year. We're continuing on to our 2nd year. And then I have my K club, which is K-dramas and K-pop fan club. Because we never have an episode about K-dramas. So.
No, we didn't.
And,
maybe we will this year.
That one's starting tomorrow, our first meeting, so I'm really excited about that.
That's so cool.
So I hope to see those two grow, and I've been working really hard on all my clubs, and I've been just working on, and I hope to see them all grow into new ones. Like we recently started Book Talk too, and that recently started too. And I think what my goal is just to finish out my classes really well, get good grades, and have all my clubs do very well during the year. Just overall have a very wonderful year.
No, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. And I saw a question about you can have your own clubs. So what happens is you can create an idea for a club, and then you take it to your teacher or a teacher, and then they take it up for approval. And if it gets approved, you have a club. You still have a staff member attached to you for this club, but we want to do things that students want to do. So instead of like us just creating these clubs and saying you have to do it, we'd rather get the ideas come from you. Trust me, if I started the podcast and everybody said, "Oh, this sucks," or "I don't want to show up," I wouldn't keep it going, because it's about what the students want. It's not about what I want. So yes, if you have an idea for a club, reach out to a teacher or your teacher and let them know. And you would have to put together an actual either presentation or some kind of document outlining it, and then it can go for approval. And then once it's approved, you started a club.
I kind of have sorry for interrupting, but I kind of have an idea of what type of club I want to do. But I don't know how to like present my idea.
I would love to connect you with Cindy Lou, because Cindy Lou has successfully pitched a few clubs already and she's had them approved. And you see, like she takes such great pride in fostering these clubs and making sure they continue to grow. So I think you should really reach out to Cindy Lou and just kind of pick her brain, because she could absolutely help with that. Because Tiana, you're creative. I know you can do it.
But I can't give the ideas.
When that's where maybe she can help you out. And I saw a hand up. I saw Matthias. Yep.
Hey Tiana, if you need help with the presentation thing, if you're actually gonna make a club, I'm not that very good with like edits and transitions and all of that. But if you need help with like backgrounds, writing words like with the best vocabulary possible, that's my field right there. I could help you if you need help.
Okay, thank you.
That's
I
so
could create
cool.
you a document in 2 weeks, maybe. Send it to you, and you can probably use it for your introduction. You just tell me about it, and I can make you a document.
And can you put it in the chats, your email and stuff? I like to be friends with everybody that's on this chat.
Of course.
Yay, another friend.
If you guys have any questions about clubs or anything, like I know a lot about clubs, so if you have any questions, just email me. What I mostly do for presentations is I usually curate, like I send out an email to, well, Miss Kirkland, she's in charge of all the clubs, and then I create like a mock flyer, and I have to find a teacher lead also. The teacher lead part is the hardest though, because you have to find a teacher who's like interested and willing to like do it with you. But they will help you find one if you can't find one. I couldn't find one for my K club, but they found me 2 of them, so.
Who's the staff member for that?
Okay, so we have Mrs. Pollock and then Mrs. Kim.
Oh, very
And then
cool.
I have a student lead too. So we have co-student leads. I have a co-student lead. So when I graduate, she will lead the
Look
club
at you
for me.
thinking ahead. That's so cool. You have somebody ready for when you do graduate. Oh, I see a hand up. Xerxes, go ahead.
Okay, so Xerxes is being shy right now. This is Mom. I'm over
hi.
here. How are you? So
Good.
one thing that, and I definitely would love for you guys to get in contact with Xerxes or whatnot, Cindy Lewis especially too, because what I'm hearing is about this club situation, whereas, let me see, the Xerxes is he really loves running. Okay, so he wants to get into, I was gonna have him do this 100K run or whatever it is. And the lady at the organization was telling me that, you know, he could, like, if the school wanted to get involved and just do like something where, you know, somehow club activities and the kids could get together and do it as a group. And I thought, oh, wow, you know, maybe the kids could meet once a month or whatever it is, but it's some kind of a club. So this is kind of like what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you do have those kind of ideas, you take that up to a teacher and propose it as a student idea for a club, and they can connect you with which teacher they feel would be the best fit for that. And then you design what you think you would look like, submit it for approval, and then it could get approved.
Okay, very cool. So see, there you go.
But yeah,
Okay.
Cindy Lou would probably be the person to pick her brain, because she has successfully done this a few times. She started some really cool clubs here, and she can lead you down the process.
Yeah, since it's sports related, I think you should reach out to like Coach Andy, and like you can like brainstorm on like a club thing with him, like a club that you want to do, and then both of you can reach out to like a supervisor, and then they can approve it. It's usually better if you go with a teacher and make a club like that than if you're just like someone by yourself making it, if you have another like people with you.
And I'll give you Coach Andy's email right now in the chat.
Okay,
I'm gonna drop it right now. Let's see. And yeah, Coach Andy's super cool. We've had him on the podcast a few times. He's a former Major League Baseball pitcher. Really cool guy. Let's see.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
So I have like an idea, or like just like a question. Is it okay if we open a Discord server for the podcast?
Let me ask my supervisor. Yeah, that Discord's always a tough one because the privacy issues, because Discord can't really be governed all the way. That's kind of its thing. So let me reach out to my supervisor and find out. But that was something that was brought up back during the Holden days of the podcast.
Yeah.
So I'll see if anything's changed on that, and I'll let you know.
I know
Thank
there
you.
could be some sorry. There could be some issues with it being age restricted. I know if you're under 13 you won't be able to go on Discord. Like what we did last year is we had one, but it was just like us, like we had a podcast Discord, just not connected to the podcast. It was just the podcast students.
Right, it was just the students. Right, it wasn't connected to Elite at all. Like I had no idea anything going on. We had a Google Chat. Is what we did.
Yeah, we also
had the Google Chat. Oh, sorry, Sydney.
It's okay. Yeah, we had some Google Chats. Like,
I still have them.
Oh, and I see some questions right here. Let me get to them really, really quick. First, yes, Stephanie, there is a chance you can do editing. At our next meeting, we'll re-go over all the roles that we have for the podcast, and we'll see what we can do. And then I see we do have a Gmail chat. Yes, Tilly. So I'll be adding everybody who joined the podcast. I'll be adding you to the Google chat today or tomorrow, and that way I'll be putting podcast reminders in there, links. You can also chat with your peers that way. However, with the Google chat, do it during business hours, Monday through Friday. Like no 10 o'clock at night chats, because the notifications go to my phone and I don't want to wake up to that. So business hours, please, business hours. All right, I don't know if the hand's still been up or if it's new, but Xavier, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to ask, am I still in the Google chat? Because I haven't really been on the Spaces in a little while.
I've never removed you, so you should be.
Oh, okay, that's awesome.
I'll double check though, but yeah, I never removed you, so you should be good.
I think I can do it right now. So
Awesome. All right, well then I will make sure everybody who's here right now, I'll get you added in, so that way you can talk to your peers. And I think that's all I have for this week's podcast. I really wanted to just introduce everybody to the podcast, to our podcast crew. And if you are interested in joining the podcast club, we meet every Thursday, whether it's a recording or a meeting. So if you are interested in joining the podcast, you can always drop in on a Thursday at 2:00. Just be prepared, because it could be a recording day. But everybody, you are welcome to do so. It's not a class where you have to start at the very beginning of the semester. You can join at any time. So, all right, any questions before we close?
Can I stay afterwards?
Unfortunately, I'll have to close it to record for the recording process. Okay, I saw a question. Go ahead.
Am I allowed to share one chapter from my book?
Unfortunately, we won't have time for that, unfortunately. But once I get you in the chat, please feel free to share it with your peers, and then maybe we could talk about that on a future episode too. We could talk about your progress on that.
All right.
All right. No problem. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. Make sure you click and subscribe for Elite Academic Academy's channel, so that way you can be notified when new episodes hit YouTube. And thank you for all the students that are here. I really do appreciate it. I look forward to working with all of you this semester. If you're here next semester, I want to work with you next semester. We're going to have an awesome season for the Be Elite podcast. All right, everybody. Take care.
Thank you.
Adios.